I was there the day Horus slew the Emperor.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Lightning Tower episode 4. My name's Tom and I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
And Liam.
Hello there.
And we've just played our very first proper game of Heresy 2.0 using all of the rules.
Well, we're tempted.
Tempted.
Yeah.
Lots of rule checking.
Lots of rule checking. So, last Saturday was the release day for Heresy 2.0.
Yes.
We've all now got our box sets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think I'm the only one who's... have you built anything out of it?
How about hell?
No. So I'm the only one who's built anything so far.
I've had a good look at the book in the artwork.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, it's a very good book.
Yeah. So I think the first thing that comes to mind is the box is absolutely jam-packed.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
literally
it is.
full to the brim of plastic and weighs a
Well,
ton.
I'm going to disagree.
Oh, there's a little layer at the bottom.
It's like the bottom. There's like a cardboard section that's like
Yeah.
separated. There's nothing in there.
There's dice.
Yeah, but it
There's like 5 dice.
does protect your rule book though.
I know, but like,
There's dice in the bases.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, it's not completely jam packed.
Well,
There's a
There's
large
space.
but
portion
it is
there.
There's a bit of a void.
it
There's
is
a void
pretty
there.
full.
It's like, you know them crisp packets, they have the air in and keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it is true. There is a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
So well, we might as well talk about the stuff in what we think of the stuff in the box to start with. So I'll start with the tactical marines because I spent pretty much all of last Saturday building mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did notice.
So you get
40.
40. You get 8 identical sprues of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then 4 like
4 upgrade sprues.
upgrade or, what do you call them? Like additional war
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
so what I liked about these sprues was the once you knew how to build them once, you didn't need to look at the instructions again.
Because there's only 4 poses?
Five.
Or
There's
five
5.
poses.
So there's 5 poses, but once you know which bits go together, and they're all next to each other on the sprue anyway,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you can just put them together.
Yeah.
And then the arms, if you want to use the arms, the bolt gun arms, they're next to each other with the bolt gun that
Yeah.
goes with them. So you can like mix them between the different bodies without
It's
too
how-
much hassle.
It's how to lay out a lot of the sprues now.
Yeah.
Like the arms and the gun are next
Yeah.
to each other,
Yeah,
next to
so-
the body.
When you build the body, there is a slot on the shoulder, so the arms are in the right place as well.
All right.
There's
Okay.
like a little triangle.
Yeah, so
Cut out.
so you can put the arm on, and then they're in the right place for the bolt gun to go on without all the faff,
Yeah.
which is nice because normally building like a 2-handed weapon can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
Yes.
But-
massive pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I used to build normal tactical marines,
Yeah,
your heavy weapon guy was always lopsided.
yeah.
Mhm.
So they're pretty good, but obviously if you want to stick on a different arm, like I've got a few power fists, you just need to remember to like cut that bit off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll do that with me.
Yeah.
Me sergeants.
Every other head and arm that I used on them fit all right.
All right. Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, so pretty good.
What
I
was
know.
the 2-part shoulder pads like?
Fine.
Yeah, I thought it would be.
I honestly don't know why there's so many people complaining about them because now I cut them off,
Glue them together.
glued them together. I did that first so they dried before I needed
So it'll
to.
be solid.
Yeah, so they were solid before I put them on the model.
Yeah.
And then you can kind of see the line, but once I put a coat of paint over them, you can't really
I
tell.
think I struggle because actually I built that.
I've got a guy here, and you can, if you look closely, you can still see the line.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not bad
But-
though.
It's not bad, and once it's 2 foot away, you can't see it.
Yeah, because I think I struggled.
Yeah.
'Cause I only had one to build it first when I got the Bring of Sorrows. So I built his shoulder, and then went and put it straight on, and it wasn't
Yeah.
quite. I think that's
Wasn't
why.
quite right, yeah. Well, that's what so basically what I did was I built the 5 shoulder pads. So I did them in groups of 5, and I did the 5 shoulder pads.
Mm.
Then I did the 5 torsos, and then while all of them bits were drying, I started cutting off everything else basically.
Yeah.
So everything
Yeah.
that could move was
Yeah,
solid.
so I always build different. I always do the bodies first, so I'll have to do with the shoulder pads and the fiddly bits
Yeah.
first. I think then.
So
I think the chain bayonets were quite nice as well because they just kind of slot in.
Yeah.
I haven't had a good look at them.
They just go straight. It's like you don't have to like
Mess
try
about.
and mess about. They just go to the place you want them to go to straight away, which is nice.
So the question is, would you be able to put like different shoulder pads on easily?
Oh yeah,
Different head?
yeah. I've got different heads and one because I was missing one lumpy shoulder pad,
Oh, right. Why is
which
that?
we'll get into later. But I needed it for
Okay.
the character. I've actually got a Chaos Marine pad on one of them guys.
I did not notice.
Nobody will. Liam's now. So I've got me 40 Marines over in the corner, and Liam's trying to find the one with the Chaos Marine shoulder
Where's
pad.
Wally?
But I picked out a pad that looked from a distance would have the same kind of texture. So until you look really close, and yeah, they all are exactly the same colour.
Yeah, so he didn't seem to be able to spot it.
Yeah, I found it.
Yeah,
Just took us like 10 minutes.
yeah, yeah. So the characters,
But yeah, standing as you would from a table, so I'm away from the iPad. Yeah, you can't tell like.
no, you
really
won't
can't.
until you like get it close. I thought it was just like a cool little kind of thing.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, we didn't notice. Now I was spectating their game, and yeah, I didn't notice it. Like.
No.
So we have two characters.
Yeah.
I've half built one, did a bit of a kit bash on them. So the thing to point out with the characters is that if you want them without a cloak, you're gonna have to use different shoulder pads.
It's part of the shoulder pad, the cloak.
Yeah,
So
I did see
the
that.
shoulder pads are cut out for the cloaks to sit into,
Right.
which is a bit irritating. Which is why I needed a tactical one on my character. I wanted the lumpy shoulder pad on my character,
Yeah.
or Bond and Stud.
Well, if he's Mark 6.
Yeah, he's Mark 6. And I wanted him to, like, show us Mark 6, because I think those characters, if you don't have the stuff on, you can't really tell.
Mm.
And because I wanted, like, a full Mark 6 army, I wanted him to be obviously Mark 6, which
Yeah.
means you need the Bond and Stud shoulder pad.
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the other character yet. I'm not even sure what I'm going to build him as, to be honest.
Which is the character you've used for your?
I used the sword guy. So half the sword guy parts went onto a jet bike
Yeah.
to make a jet bike Praetor.
Yeah.
And the other half of the sword guy went with loads of random bits out of a bit box to make a Master of Signal.
Oh, him there.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
I've just been looking at. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So the other guy, Axe guy, not really sure.
I don't think I'm going to build him. You know, I really don't.
I've seen lots of cool stuff online, but I think you've got to really have a good idea, and then it works better for some legions than others.
I don't
Oh,
think.
yeah.
I don't think you look right in the Blood Angel list. No, because with the HQs I've got, obviously got the Bringer of Sorrows, the 4-year-old Praetor, and I'm gonna build the sword guy out with this box set.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't think you'll match in. You'll look too
Too different.
different. I mean, yes, he's a character, he has to be different, but I think it's too different.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you want your army to have that look like
The
cohesive.
cohesive, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Next one I built was the Spartan.
Completely built?
Yep. So, Spartan, here's a few things that I found. Some things were really good. The side sections built together really well.
Yeah.
Just fit in. The tracks go on really easily. There's no faffing about with the tracks. They slot into the right places perfectly.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good, because I had a nightmare building tracks on when we've been doing bolt action lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I didn't really want to do it, but then I ran out of blue paint. So like my hobby goal this week was to finish the Tactical Marines, and I ran out of blue paint, so I was like I had to wait a
It's a bit
couple
of a
of days.
problem with Ultramarines,
Yeah,
isn't
it
it?
really is, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, well, I might as well crack on with the Spartan in
Yeah.
the meantime. So the body, if you follow the instructions, you have to leave parts of the body to dry before putting it all together,
Okay.
and they move around a little bit.
And it needs to be a perfect fit.
It needs to be a perfect fit into the side panel. So if I was to do another one, what I would do is I would build the body into one of the sides.
Yeah.
And then the other one is for the hull weapons. once I'd built it and then decided to magnetise the thing, it was a bit of a nightmare because I couldn't like drill into it or anything because I couldn't get my fingers into it.
Yeah.
You've got like a 10mm gap that the weapons sit inside. So I ended up just gluing on a piece of steel for the magnets on the weapons to like magnetise onto. But it's not what I would have done
Oh,
if
yeah,
I,
I can
if
see
I'd
now.
if I'd have decided to magnetise that bit
Yeah.
before I'd put it together. I would have drilled that and put magnets into it.
Yeah,
So
but you
the-
didn't really know.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Mhm.
And then the last one is that the a lot of the mould lines on the front hatch or the sprue marks are in really obvious places, like all over the rest of the tank. They're fine, but the front hatch, they're like in a really bad place. And I've spent ages like,
Well, this bit, that's
yeah, like there. Do you know what I mean? You can see,
Oh,
you can see
yeah.
all of the bits, and they're all in the most obvious place and the part of the tank where you're going to look.
Oh, yeah. That's,
So
yeah, so
I think I've went over them now to the point where they're not going to show through paint, but it's not great.
yeah, one of them slap bang in the centre of the three lumpy bits on the door that opens, the bottom trapdoor thing. It's right in the centre of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just not where you would want it.
No.
Yeah. Will I paint the inside? Who knows?
You could spray it
I'll
black.
I'll definitely be spraying black paint in there from here, whether I do anything more than that.
Spray it black and close it up.
No, you have to paint the intercom bit.
I'll dry brush and
Hello?
silver on.
Hello there. And you
I
got.
I was tempted just to glue it shut, to be honest.
Yeah, I've got all mine glued. All mine will be glued shut.
I don't know why I would.
It would be cool though, to drop it out when your dudes come out though.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the
For a photo.
Yeah.
Photo
I think
op.
it is worth mentioning the sheer size of it though.
It's big.
It's the size of it, right? It's the size of a Land Raider.
I think that's bigger than a normal Land Raider. Like,
I'll tell you that during the week when I built mine, put next to my Land Raiders.
yeah, I definitely think it's bigger.
I don't think it is. I think it's just because it's got the I'm going to say the mouth bit at the front because that's what it looks like. The hatch at the front, with it slightly sitting
Yeah.
further forward than the tip of the tracks.
It is pretty wide as well, though. I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's wide.
Well, no, because that bit there, the bit I'm pointing at is the front
mouth.
The front mouth, the top part of the front mouth, is the same as a Land Raider width because you
But
can
is
get
that not the width of the entire Land Raider?
no because it's got like an over.
Yeah, so
bit
it's
there.
about the same width.
It's about the same width. Actually, I'll tell you probably Tuesday when I build mine.
Yeah. It is ridiculous, though, isn't it?
It does look awesome though.
Yeah, so that's all I've touched in the boxes.
The 40 Marines in the tank.
Yeah, the 40
So not
Marines
much
in the
then.
tank, no.
And one of the dudes.
And one of the dudes.
Yeah,
So most of it.
I haven't touched the cataphracti, but they're the same as the old
I haven't,
ones.
but I've looked at the sprue. There's loads more options than I thought you'd get.
On the cataphracti.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the opposite of the tactical Marines, because the tactical Marines options were pretty poor, to be honest.
It's bolter with either bayonet or chain bayonet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's not, that's the sergeant.
The
weapons.
sergeant was a power fist and
Yeah.
plasma pistol.
Power fist, plasma pistol, power sword.
Or did it
All-
actually come with power fist, or was that just you?
Yeah, it came with one. And then hand was attached, like, to the weapons.
Yeah.
So you only had one set of arms for non-bolters, if you wanted to go that route,
Out of how many?
out of all of them. Like one per 5.
1 per 5.
One per 5 could be non-bolter arms.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, there was no bolt pistol, there was no single-handed bolter,
So
no
I'll
axe.
definitely be rating for me bits boxing for me sergeants.
Not even a chainsword. So
that's
if
weird.
you wanted to do the classic bolt pistol and chainsword,
Yeah.
that's not even in there. Which, when you have the massive upgrade sprue, and the only thing I used off it was an Vox.
There's also like pouches and things.
Pouches, grenades, bolt pistols,
Which
all
is
which I
which is
left
great.
off.
Which is great when you're only building like a box like in 40k when you're only building a box of 10 Marines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But when you're building 40,
yeah. I mean, I knew I wasn't going to paint them, so I didn't stick them on.
yeah, that's
I mean, you have the bayonets. Your chain bayonets were on the Marine sprues, but your normal bayonets were on the upgrade sprue. What else? I can't think what else was on there. like you had your Nuncio Vox and your back banner.
Yeah.
That's about it, really.
Hmm.
Nothing else that's memorable. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you might have had the head. What do you call it? The sergeant head.
Right. Or was that just a bear helmet? A bear helmet.
No, the one with the thing.
Oh,
So the
turkey
helmet,
thing.
the helmet has a spike on, and then the horsehair thing,
The crest.
the crest.
Alright, okay.
Oh, is that on the upgrade sprue?
I think so.
Sprue?
Yeah.
Sprue even.
Yeah, but the helmet's on the normal sprue, but the crest's on the upgrade sprue, I think.
I don't understand why that's a separate part.
I don't know.
Because I think you can have it going both ways,
Oh.
like side to side or forward to back, maybe.
Yeah, because yours is forward to back.
Mine, the one on my Praetor is off the Centurion anyway.
Oh, doesn't matter.
So
Ignore
it's
me.
not that one,
Yeah.
because I used the fancy head. Yeah, so you got that. So you got Terminators, which are pretty cool. Any idea how you're going to build Terminators?
Well, I mean, probably not them, because I'd want. Oh, they're cataphracti, so the big grave wardens and
Yeah,
death guard.
what a grave. So you're going to print some different arms.
Yeah, I'll have to print some grenade launchers.
I'll be doing mine as the Blood Angel version,
Yeah.
which would be
If it'd been
Storm Shield and a Power Sword.
if it'd been Tartarus, I would have made them death shroud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's I think I'm undecided with mine.
Although what I was thinking is doing a cataphracti retinue squad.
Yeah.
I think that'd be pretty cool to go with, like with your Praetor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, your lightning claws are going to have extra attacks,
Mm-hmm.
and I think do they have that thing where you reroll wounds?
Yeah.
Shred.
Shred.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the AP3.
Yeah, they're AP3.
So against
they're-
normal Marines, lightning claw Terminators can be devastating.
I don't think they're plus strength though.
No.
But reroll
But
the wound.
still, you've got a lot more dice and
more attacks.
and you've got the AP,
And to be
and you're
fair,
going first.
the poses you get with the lightning claws do look quite cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
then the other options, power fists or chain fists,
Mm-hmm.
which are obviously you'll go after everything else, but could be useful against dreadnoughts.
But with cataphracti, you're likely to survive though, to go
Yeah.
after.
Mm.
Yeah. See,
With the 2 wounds as well.
yeah. So the thing is,
What's a save in a cataphracti? You did a 3.
2 plus.
It's still a 2 up.
Yeah.
2 plus 4
So,
plus.
so there you go. So you go for the.
Mm.
Mm.
Well, pay your money, takes your choice.
Yeah. But after watching this game today,
Yeah.
We'll come to this.
yeah, I'm saying it just changed a few.
Yeah. So what else is in that box? Contempt of Dread. Is that the last thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sword Mount of Liam.
Yeah, so I've now got 2.
So I haven't even looked at mine yet, but based off today's game,
Should we talk about that now?
Okay.
Okay.
We'll wait a little.
Why
bit.
not?
We'll wait a little bit, because we haven't mentioned anything about the books
Okay.
yet. So the Contempt of Dread sprue, right? This is an irritating
The
thing.
Contempt of Dead Sprue is in the box.
Two,
It is in the box,
two
yes.
sprues is in the box, but if
Yeah.
you buy the version that's going to be released separately, it has another sprue with
Yeah.
more weapons.
Yeah, no.
More weapons or duplicate of the weapons.
Duplicates.
So you can do both.
You can do both, yeah. You can do like a twin las, twin las, and twin melters and stuff
Quad?
like that.
I'm sure.
Quad,
I'm
I'm still
sure-
looking for quad.
I thought it was a different sprue because I'm
No,
sure there
it's-
was different weapons
It's
on
that again.
it. Like if you, I'm sure that I thought there was more. Because no, it is because there's an assault cannon.
Is that not on there?
No. They definitely preview the assault cannon on the
Oh, that's
Games
right. 'Cause
Workshop.
There's, only,
article.
there's the auto cannon. There's the auto cannons,
Last
las
cannon.
cannons, melters, heavy bolters.
I think the flame is on there as well, but I mean, who's going to take
Is that not a fist weapon to go inside the
It's
fist?
inside the fist, yeah.
No, I think it's a heavy flamer.
Is that? I can't
Don't
see
think there
one.
is.
Passing over.
There's a missile
there's
launcher
not.
for the top.
There's
Heavy
a
bolters there as well.
Yeah,
Oh, I think there's 4 heavy bolters.
yeah.
So you can do twin heavy bolters.
no. There's just 2
Oh,
heavy
is there
bolters.
2 sides of it?
Yeah, they're all split. They're all split in half.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, so there's a contender.
Yeah.
Can you do 2 fists?
hang on a minute.
No, I think there's
Oh.
only one fist in.
You see, I think you really want to dedicate your stuff to one task, really.
Yeah.
Stu, I believe you've given me a. Oh, that's right.
I'll give you the vehicle upgrade sprue.
It looked wrong. Because it is actually only one melter gun.
Yeah. It'll be a solo melter.
Oh, to go with the fist.
Yeah, another twin melter.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Contender sprue, you don't get all the best weapons, basically.
No.
So you might need alternative source for... If you want other weapons, you might need alternative source.
If you get another sprue, you could do...
Yeah, or if you
Two
have...
different
Yeah,
ones.
if you have two, you can...
Yeah,
double
so
up.
I'll be doubling up.
Yeah.
With one of them anyway.
Yeah, so...
Is that it? Oh, and then the rulebook?
Rulebook, so your box set comes with a massive heavy rulebook.
Yes, which is lovely and
Like-
the artwork's fantastic,
Yeah.
which I think I mentioned last week
Yeah.
anyway.
So I'll just say how pants it is being an adult. I got that box on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? Didn't open the box till Monday.
Yeah.
Didn't look at the rulebook
I
till
got
Thursday.
paid Friday, drove from work to the shop,
Yeah,
bought the box,
yeah.
went to our lasses, had a cup of tea and opened it.
I mean, you could have missed out on an hour's sleep, though.
Yeah, I could have missed out on sleep, but I mean,
Who needs sleep?
people.
Or you could have brought it to work
We
and read it on your lunch
I
break.
I walk to work, I can't be carrying that.
Just the book.
You know how heavy it is.
Yeah, so, yeah, it's a pretty... has loads of... lore, loads of art.
Yeah.
If you
I'd
don't...
say half the book is law.
Yeah, if you don't know anything about the Horus Heresy, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
If you already know everything, kind of... The content's not, like...
If you like
groundbreaking.
Space Marines,
Yeah.
It's just the thing is, it just doesn't go into any depth. So it's like every other kind of codex and rulebook law section.
oh yeah, you don't get
It's
the
just-
depth until
it's
you go to
just
the novels. Really.
Yeah, it's just the basics.
But it's enough.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I've read a few pages of it, but mostly just looking at the pictures.
And then there's like 3 or 4 pages for each chapter.
Yeah.
Which is
I'm not
good.
really sure why they bothered.
I
Because you get like the 10 pages in
Yeah.
like the proper book.
think with it being... A lot of people aren't going to buy the proper book straight away. They're just going to buy the box set. Because you've got to think, for the younger people who are playing it, the extra book's £42 in the shop.
See,
Yeah.
I'm going to disagree.
Yeah.
This isn't a first war game.
It's not.
Game.
I know it's not.
This is I already play war games. I'm getting into this. I'm going to get the box. I've got
Yeah.
a favourite legion. I'm going to get their
I
book.
But
suppose,
you might not have a favourite
yeah,
legion,
if you
that's
don't
the
have
thing.
a favourite
It gives you a
legion,
little bit
you
of...
can't decide. But then, would you use those pages in that book to decide that, or would
I
you
suppose
go on
that's,
to
I'm looking at
YouTube
this the
and-
wrong way. Am I saying the book's better without those 10 pages? No. So therefore leave the
Yeah.
10 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. That's
Does
fine.
add the weight though.
Yeah, it adds a little bit of
But
weight.
see, it gives you a micro summary of each legion to say,
Yeah.
well, would a players them or would a players...
Yeah,
Because like say, I've played 40k since being more or less its birth, to be honest.
yeah.
And there was a few legions there that I've never had paid any attention to.
Hmm.
But I've read a bit of the bump. It's it's quite good. They sound not better than what I want, but it's
Hmm.
I never knew that about them, kind of thing. So
A lot of them didn't really get anything until like later on.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, actually, on books, I did download as well the one of the Lupercal's War novel. Well, it's a short story collection.
All right.
was that the new one?
Yeah, so it's old. That's not the new one. It's reprints of previously released short stories
All right.
all
Okay.
in one place.
Okay.
So they basically got like one or two.
Was this the
for
one we
every
spoke
legion.
about the other week that we weren't sure what it was going to be?
Yeah, probably.
Right.
Yeah, so Iron Warriors had 2 full stories, and then I got the White Scars. They had like one that was about 6 pages,
Yeah, that's what some legions are just.
and
less
I was
than
just
others.
like, that's a bit crap for White Scars when they've literally just give Iron Warriors 2.
Yeah.
Why not take one of the Iron Warriors ones out and have a bit of a longer one for White Scars?
I mean,
But
it's
there
like
you go.
White Scars and Raven Guard. You get the short end in the Loyalist.
Yeah,
And like Word Bearers,
Salamanders as well.
Salamanders. Yeah.
I don't know about Word Bearers because they're at Calth and then they're in Betrayer as well, and Erebus is in basically everything.
Okay, but they're never portrayed as like the hero.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say that they're never
Yeah.
the main story.
No, No.
So they're the supporting act to somebody else.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's another thing. Somebody was on about a book the other day where they didn't do the thing that always happens, whereas the Legion, who's the character Legion of the story, is always like way better than the one that they're fighting.
Yeah.
Instead of like being more or less the same, which they should be.
Which one was that?
I can't remember.
Oh.
But basically every one that I've read, the heroes are always like
Superman.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
There's the one where there's like the survivors of Istvan are basically like the Expendables. Like going through like the Chaos or the Traitor Legionnaires, like the the putty
they're
guys
not
are
just as
Power
well
Rangers.
trained as them.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just seem to be like invincible and have the like most ridiculous plot armor and get away with everything.
Yeah.
And it's just
Of
doesn't
course,
have
they're
that.
the good guys.
But then you'd flip, the next story would have the people they were fighting as the heroes, and then they'd start doing the same thing,
Yeah.
and it kind of gets a bit irritating.
Mm.
Like not everyone can be a hero. Essentially,
It
it doesn't represent the game to the same fact, because in the game, your heroes aren't way better than your
Oh no.
troops.
The
Not in
heroes
30K.
get gunned down by bow guns.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, in 40k, they are.
Sometimes the hero gets a chain bayonet to the face.
Not today though. Not today.
Yeah.
So it was pretty cool. Then we have our Liber books.
Yes.
Oh, back to
What?
rule book.
Yeah,
I
rule book.
just want to say that I really think the layout's absolute crap.
Oh, yeah, it's back to
Really
front.
bad.
Yeah.
I'm like flipping through these books trying to find the sections that I want, and it's an absolute nightmare.
I'm
Like-
considering writing a list of all the rules.
That you need for your
No, just every rule
everything on
in
them.
alphabetical order.
Yeah.
That's
Just
not
everything.
Bad. That's not
Don't
bad.
have different
It's
sections.
not a bad shout, that.
Just
you know.
everything.
So what I found, the first thing that was jarring me was, one, they don't have any weapons profiles on the unit pages.
Well,
And I
They
know
don't,
they haven't-
and I get this because then you can adjust the weapons profiles without having to adjust
Yeah.
the unit
Yeah, but it's nice.
To open your page, right? This,
Yeah.
this is
and
me
have
tackling-
everything there.
This is
Yeah.
me tackling Marines. The
Like, there's bolt gun, there's
Yeah.
bayonet, there's
That,
chain bayonet.
Yeah.
And your unit's got like 7 special rules. And you're like, well, okay, I don't know what any of them are.
Yeah.
yeah.
So the thing with the units, the special rules, some of them are in your rule book,
Yeah.
some of them are in your Liber book.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you which ones are in which,
No, if that
So-
just said, like, the page number in the book next to it, that'd
yeah,
be so much easier.
or which book.
Or just which book would do, because
Yeah,
in the
because-
book they are in alphabetical order.
Because obviously a lot of things have changed. So you're like going, all right, so what's this rule?
Mm-hmm.
You flick through, oh, it's not in this book. Back to the other book.
Mm-hmm.
You're flipping backwards and forwards.
And then I don't understand the rule naming as well. So there's the rule shred,
Yeah.
which actually re-roll wound. Why don't just call it re-roll wound?
Yeah, I suppose.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It'd be so much easier then, wouldn't it?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
It's just there's a lot of little things with the layout of the
It's
rule
just-
section.
It
that's-
is worded.
irritating.
Everything's worded a bit weird, because for that one there, the reroll runes.
Yeah.
It's like going to 40k, the Blood Angel, Death Company Dread
Mm.
with the blood talons. It says if it has 2 blood talons, it can reroll attacks and reroll wounds.
Yeah.
Why don't you just say that on shred? This
Yeah.
weapon can reroll attacks or reroll wounds.
Mm.
Easy
I mean, it does say that, but then you've got to go through the other book
to
to
find
it.
that.
Yeah, I mean, I like the system's great once you've memorised the rules.
Oh, that's it. Once
Oh, yeah.
we're like
But
5-10 battles in,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when you're getting up to that point, it's just the amount of searching in the books.
and the books aren't easy to look through.
No.
No,
Well, this
no.
is the other one is like the spread. So you have your rules section, then you have another gap for photos and things,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
then your missions.
Yeah.
Why not have
Would
that?
it be sacrilegious to cut the book,
Probably.
put it in Polly Pocket's folder?
Probably.
Just cut the rules out. Would that be bad? I'm tempted.
I mean, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not going to do it.
But I would have preferred.
Should I
that
take
we-
one for the team?
If you can remember second edition, you had 3 books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had your rule book, your wargear book, and then your lore book.
Yeah.
And the rule book was rules,
Yeah,
front to back rules.
yeah. And I would prefer that, to be honest,
Yeah.
in one big massive book. And I know it's a nice book, and I know production
Because like
costs.
that, if you had two,
for
if you had
extra
your,
page numbers. Is
if you had your
probably
law
minimal.
fluff book, you could take that upstairs to bed. You could leave it next to your bed. You don't have to take it to your battles as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could be like, oh yeah, I'll read a couple of old pages tonight.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I've got to go put it back with the army, otherwise
Yeah.
I'll forget it.
Yeah, but I think the opposite though. The lever books are way better in the layout.
Yeah, but then they're not covering as much.
No, but there's no real the fluff. There's not a fluff section, then a rules section. So you
No.
have your army list,
Yeah,
then you have a few bits of rules that relate to all Space Marines,
yeah,
and then you have your Legion sections,
yeah.
which has your fluff, your pictures, and your rules all together for that
Yeah.
Legion.
Like, so when you're just looking at one legion, you're just looking at a couple of pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think the biggest thing for me is just the sheer amount of reading that there is to do.
Well, it is a
Those
whole.
two
It
books.
is a whole new game.
It's
Mm.
just
It is.
absolutely immense. The amount, like I've barely taken in the rules for my Legion,
Yeah.
and I've never even looked at anyone else's,
Mm.
just because of so much. Like there is so much to look at.
I've looked at the pictures,
Yeah.
but I've not read any of the rules for anyone else.
No.
Yeah.
It's like, I haven't even finished reading the proper game rules yet.
No. But I mean, we're getting there, aren't we?
Oh, yeah.
So, right. So, should we take a break and talk about our games?
Yeah?
Right. So, see you in a sec. Hello everyone, welcome back. So since our last episode we played 2 games of Horus Heresy.
One was 1.5. and
Well,
one
you
was-
have. I haven't. Have you?
Yeah.
Well, I'm on the
Were
wrong
you
shift.
there?
No, I'm on the wrong. I'm on the
you
wrong
were
shift at the
there.
minute.
Yeah.
Oh.
So the first game we basically played what we knew of second edition rules
Yeah. So it's kind of like,
over the top of first edition.
yeah, it's like first edition plus some extras.
Yeah. But it gave us a few insights, especially into like reactions,
Yeah,
because we used the reaction rules and it was a massive game changer.
absolutely.
I think the first thing that really showed was like Joel had his land speeders fly over a ruin. And he tried to wipe out my jet bikes from point blank range.
Yeah,
And then I was like, well, I'm going to react and shoot back.
yeah,
And I ended up wiping him out.
yeah.
And he was like, oh, okay, that's what reactions do. And then I think the evade reaction was a lot better than we thought it was going to be.
It was, even though we were playing it wrong.
Yeah.
Because to use it, you wait until you're ready to roll armor saves.
No, it's after armor saves.
It's after armor saves.
After armor saves.
So
but
you know
before
how many you're
fuel
taking
upgrade.
off,
Yeah,
and then decide you're going to do it.
yeah.
So, but we were doing it when you were chosen
Yeah,
to be
so,
attacked.
yeah, so we were saying, right, I'll react before any dice were rolled, which
Yeah.
was wrong.
Because the thing is, if you could react doing that and then not get any wounds through,
Yeah,
but you're meant to wait until they're through, past the armor, so then you know how bad the attack is.
yeah. So,
There's
But
a lot
even-
more information to the personal reaction.
yeah, but even then, like, I think
You know which ones it's going to be
because
anyway.
Brian had his Leviathan with his twin storm cannons,
Yeah,
and I think,
that was a marine eater. That
yeah, but the evade
with shrouded,
reaction,
you evade every
Yeah.
turn I fired at them.
yeah, they were like,
Well,
it
you
was
had to.
barely killing anything.
You had to because you saw how deadly it was.
Yeah, so that game was, we had 2 armies, like, it was about 1,000 points each, 2-on-2.
Yeah, roughly that. Yeah,
So Older Marines and Iron Hands versus Death Guard and Night Lords.
yeah.
And I can't really remember what happened. I think my jet bikes went through
Yeah,
your army.
yeah. Pretty much just went through everything.
Yeah.
I had a Contempt of Dead with Dread with 2 twin las cannons. I don't really think it did anything.
No, Brian had his
It put up a pretty
Leviathan.
good threat though.
I think the fight, most of the fight was fairly balanced.
Yeah,
Because you had Terminators against Brian's Predator,
mhm,
which nothing was really happening. The Tactical Marines were like trading evenly.
mhm.
My Vindicator Laser Destroyer had nothing to shoot at.
We fired one set of Rhino and did it immobilize it.
Yeah, it took out the took out a Rhino straight away, but then had nothing else to shoot out for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
And like I say, the only things really doing anything big was the jet bikes. But obviously I was shooting them in my turn and then shooting them again in like the
As a
opponent's
reaction.
turn. Yeah, as a reaction.
So there was doubling up the shots.
But jetbikes have changed. So we've lost the toughness 5
Yeah.
and the 2-up save,
Yeah.
which is a bit of a kick.
Makes them just as weak as Marine.
I think I felt it in our second game when you were just instant killing them with
To
the
be
las
fair-
cannons.
That was the last cannons.
Yeah. But that wouldn't have happened if they were toughness 5.
No, it wouldn't have.
No, it wouldn't, no.
No.
So
Because it'd have to be strength 10.
Yeah.
so they're nowhere near as survivable as they were.
But then I don't think jetbikes are meant to be. They're meant to be like a fast moving hit and run type
Yeah.
unit. You're not meant to go there and trade blows
The thing is though, you do trade blows
because that's the
of
weapons you've got and the
because
reactions.
of the weapons and the reactions, you do trade blows. So I think jetbikes have become an assault unit
Oh, right, okay.
because you get your extra attack on the charge.
Yeah,
You get allowed to shoot your bolt pistols as well as your other weapon.
yeah. You have to try and bait the Overwatch reaction out of whatever you're charging.
Yeah. It's just difficult. Yeah, like assaulting has become more difficult with the Overwatch.
Oh, yeah, it has.
Um,
I had in the second battle, I had a unit next to your unit, and I thought if I shoot, I'm gonna get Overwatch. I mean, I'm gonna get what's it called? Shoot back.
yeah.
They're gonna do that, and then if I charge, they're gonna Overwatch. So no matter what I do on my turn, you're gonna shoot me.
Yeah.
So you're going to mention what the second game was? No, we're talking about it.
Oh, what was the mission? Was it Onslaught?
The second game.
Yeah.
The one we've just done now.
Yes.
Called Onslaught, yeah.
It was Onslaught. You had to capture an objective in your opponent's deployment zone.
Did we have an objective on the first? Yeah, we had 3 objectives. So we played on a big table again and we had 3 evenly spaced
Let's talk
objectives.
about battles in order. So the first battle.
It was
Yeah.
all a bit
Yeah.
over.
Yeah, 3 objectives across the middle, evenly spaced. We deployed 12 inches away from the centre and we just went for it.
Yeah.
I think it ended up a loyalist victory.
Well, one of the things was we played long ways. So we started...
No, because I made the deployment shorter.
Oh, the deployment was shorter.
Yeah, so we were still only like 12 from the centre.
Alright, okay.
Or something like that, maybe 14.
Yeah.
I just made it up on the spot.
Okay.
Because obviously none of us had a rule book
Yeah.
with us, so we were just like
Very much winging it.
very much
Yes.
winging it, which wasn't a bad thing.
Mm-hmm.
Brian's iron hands were pretty good.
Iron hands are amazing.
-1 strength from shooting attacks. I'm not sure if it's close combat as well as it just shooting.
I don't know, but it was amazing.
Yeah. So they just don't die.
Yeah. That, and you had breaches with the invulnerable saves as well.
Yeah.
It's like if you want to hold an objective, put some Iron Hands breaches on it.
Yeah.
They'll just sit there all day.
Yeah. So, do you want to mention Joel's models? Because I know you were saying.
Yeah, so Joel's, I want you to talk about Joel's models. Let's all say something good about Joel's models.
Okay.
So I like that he used that spackle effect paint or whatever it's called. The colour changing with the light.
Alright, yeah.
Very shiny.
Yeah, very shiny. They kind of look like Night Lords in the rain.
Night Lords in the Rain.
Night Lords in the rain.
That sounds
That's
like a
very emo,
really bad musical.
Yeah.
a really bad emo band.
Yeah. But he was like complaining that we didn't say they were well painted last time, I think.
Alright, okay. Why did we not say they were well painted?
Oh.
Okay.
This is not relevant to a podcast.
Night Lords in the rain.
Not really a visual medium. If you want to see Joel's painted models,
Join the Forlorn Hope War Games
yeah,
Club.
I think I don't think he uses Instagram, does he?
I've no idea.
So it'll be the Forlorn Hope War Games Club Facebook page
Yeah.
or group. It'll be on there.
Or just turn up at the place.
Yeah.
Let's come for a pint, have a look.
Yeah, send him a message. Ask him for a game.
Can't see your models.
Yeah. Yeah. But he even repainted the sergeant that I gave him.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He must have painted around the details and painted over the blue that I did with his shiny blue.
So you only repainted the blue?
I think so. I didn't check to see whether he repainted over the lightning either. He might have done that.
I think that'd be more work to paint around lightning than paint over it.
I'm not sure, but I definitely did lightning on like the greaves and stuff.
Mm.
So. I'm
So
not
it
sure.
mentioned though that new contrast paint There's like a really dark blue. It'd be really good for Night Lords.
And should we mention that the ball red is very, very
The
red?
ball red
Yeah.
is red.
I'm not a fan of contrast for a whole model though. I think it looks quite blotchy.
Done right, it's alright.
I like it for smaller details,
Yeah.
but I'm not really a fan of it for like slopping over the whole thing.
Slop.
You've got to do it right, and I think it's okay.
But we're not comparing the right thing here,
No, we're not.
because if you compare a contrast painted model to a model that's just undercoated,
Yeah, but if I just undercoat a model with an airbrush, it looks better than a just undercoated model with a contrast.
well, what I mean was it's for beginners who don't own much.
Yeah.
Or when I've got to paint 40 models in a
See,
couple
the
of
thing is, like, let's say if I was painting the Blood Angel and I sprayed it the white and then put the red
Ball
on,
red on, yeah.
yeah, it would look really blotchy.
But then could you not do a dry brush of red on top?
Yeah, that's what I do.
But what I would do, no, it's not the dry brushed areas, it's the whole of it has blotchy. So instead of doing it over white, you need to do it over a closer colour.
You do it over Wraithbone.
Oh yeah, so
Well,
let's
not
talk
even
about
Wraithbone,
Brian's
that will
models.
still be blotchy. So you would really, if you wanted like a warm tone red, you would spray it orange and then do contrast red.
But if you wanted red,
If you wanted red, you might as well just spray it red.
okay.
But
But
then do the red over the top. But you wouldn't then buy a contrast. You would just use red wash.
yeah, I suppose. Alright, but so Brian's models,
Yeah.
sprayed silver, what's it called? Lead belcher. Sprayed
Yeah.
lead belcher, and then is the black coat Iron Hands black?
No, I used a grey. I used it's literally sat next to you on that bench. I don't know the name of it. That's the black. He didn't buy black, he bought grey.
Okay. Mechanicum grey.
Yeah.
So sprayed lead belcher, Mechanicum grey contrast.
Oh, right.
It
Contrast.
looks like Iron Hand.
Yeah, I had 3 foot away in the
Oh, yeah.
lighting. Because it is really, really blotchy though. And then when he tried to do his Predator tank, I was like...
It's in the rain.
It's raining.
I'm not a massive contrast fan. I'll use it for things, specific things.
We have
Like-
gone right off topic
Oh,
here.
yeah,
like.
we were talking about like battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, right. Anyway, Loyalists won that game, which wasn't a proper,
Decisive victory.
which wasn't a proper Heresy 2.0 game anyway. So probably no one wants to hear about it.
No.
No.
So,
We may as well forget anything used in that one.
yeah, apart from the fact that we kind of learnt what reactions did,
Yeah.
and then 2.0.
Yes.
So we played Onslaught. We played Long Ways on my table in my loft, which is a 40k size table.
Is it
which is
60 by 44?
Yep, 60 by 44. We used this kind of weird triangle deployment.
Yep.
We had to get to the other side of the table
Yep.
and take the objective, basically. So
You
I
have to take an
brought,
objective that you place, though.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I brought 40 tactical marines.
Yep.
All with chain bayonets.
Yep.
All 4 sergeants had power fists.
Yep.
I had 2 rhinos with combi bolters.
Yep.
I had 1 land speeder with twin Volkite weapons.
Yep.
And I had a Praetor and a jet pike.
Yeah.
And I had 3 mates with him. 1 had a plasma cannon.
Did you
one-
mention the 2
And
rhinos?
1 had a power
Yeah.
fist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
So-
I think that was my army.
So what I like about your army, one of the things that stands out is the power fists on the tactical sergeants.
Yeah. They're quite cool, don't they?
I don't need to look cool, but I think it's a really good choice because they're more than likely the lowest initiative thing in the battle,
Oh, yeah.
which means they're going to be fighting last anyway. So get the weapon that fights last, but powerful.
Yeah, do you mean like in a challenge?
Not just against anything.
Well, they're not going to be, yeah. But if, like I say, if you come up against Lightning Claw Terminators,
Well, that's yeah.
you'll shred him before he gets a chance to fight. Or anything like that. Power swords, power axes,
But you'd probably be dead anyway.
power scythes.
Hmm. But then what's his alternative? Taking a weapon that just bounces off the Terminator.
Yeah.
You know, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Taking the weapon that bounces off the Praetor.
Yeah.
Why not hopefully survive?
I mean, it's a deterrent rather than
It's like,
anything else.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whereas they're not amazing. Like, I don't think I killed anyone with one today.
No.
But
And to
no,
be fair,
he
he
got
died.
he got took out by a chain bayonet, didn't he?
Yes.
And I was having a bad dice day, so I rolled a
He-
double. He had 2 saves to make, and I rolled 2 ones.
Yeah.
I
So he
rolled,
died
a lot,
twice.
I rolled a lot of ones today.
You rolled a lot of ones
A
today,
lot of
right?
ones. It was a bad dice day, but
So my list Death Guard. I took the right that allowed veterans as troops. It doesn't say non-compulsory troops, it just says
Yeah.
troops. So I assumed it would be compulsory.
Yeah.
So I took 2 squads of 10 veterans, bolters and chain bayonets, 2 contemptor dreadnoughts, quad las, and a centurion in cataphractory armour.
Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Which, not a list I'd want to take, it's just the models I had.
Yeah. So you were never going to win. Because you were never ever going to get to the other side of the board.
No, it wasn't going to happen.
Especially like in this deployment zone. and
You
this
know what?
kind of
I
battle,
think
random battle, you just wouldn't. You didn't have any speed.
I don't think you needed it.
Yeah, but I'd only win if I took the thing at the other side of the board.
Yeah. So you could have just walked your 2 dreads across with your marines behind them.
The problem is the las cannons are just they're really good at taking out single targets,
Mm.
and yeah, they slice through them jetbikes quite well.
Yeah.
But like against marines, it's like you're just killing like 3 or 4 marines a turn.
Yeah,
It's not
so-
enough.
Well, you left one squad back to defend your objective, which meant you were only advancing with 1 squad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I left 2 squads back, which meant I was advancing with 2.
you probably
In
could
the
have
right
attacked
ones.
with 3.
I probably should. I think a few turns in, I realised I should have moved the 3rd squad up.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you had...
But by that point, it was too late.
yeah.
And did I really want to run them out of cover? Just to get shot up by the dreadnought with the quad las cannons and not be able to do anything to it in return.
Yeah.
So this is
So we want to talk about contemptors?
yeah. So dreadnoughts are ridiculous now.
You're really tough.
Yeah.
So the fact that they now have a wounds profile and not a vehicle profile means a lot of the special rules that are good for anti-armour don't do anything to them.
Yeah. And because they've got more than 5 toughness,
Yeah.
like, there's no weapons that instant kill them.
No.
Well, there might be some really big weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, like
But
some
a demolisher
Titan weapons.
doesn't instant kill.
No, so nothing really.
A laser
instant
destroyer
kills it.
doesn't instant kill.
No.
It's like,
So we haven't done the actual maths, but let's just put it this way. I think I managed to
What strength is a vehicle when you ram something?
half its armour.
put half his front armour.
So a Land Raider will be strength 7.
So that'll be
strength.
running on a 4.
So strength 8.
And there's
Is
nothing with
strength
more than
8 is a
40
bloody angel.
armour, is there?
Yeah, but that'll be a 3 to wound. It'll still have its 2
Yeah,
up save,
aye.
Yeah.
and it'll only be 1 hit.
Because Marine
Which
does
can do
have a
one
rule
wound.
that gives it +1 to strength when you
Yeah.
charge, when you
There's-
ram something.
There's just the problem is that it has its full wounds complement and no damage roll.
Yeah.
So if you have a straight up fight between a tank with 4 las cannons and a dreadnought with 4 las cannons,
Dreadnought's probably going
the
to win.
dreadnought only needs to make one of those penetration rolls and
Yeah.
roll on the damaged result
Yeah.
to do something,
Yeah.
whereas the tank needs to take off every wound before
Mhm.
it does something to
It's
the
only
dreadnought.
got 5 wounds?
What?
6.
6.
6 wounds.
Well-
Which doesn't sound like much, but when there's nothing that, there's not
Yeah.
much in the game that can, at the moment,
Yeah.
that can
Oh yeah, so
take them down.
if you're coming from 40k and you haven't played Heresy before,
Yeah.
your las cannons aren't doing D6 wounds, they're doing 1 wound.
Mm-hmm.
Same with your multi-melter,
This is
same with your plasma cannon, you're doing 1 wound. So to kill a contemptor, you need to hit it 6 times,
Yep.
wound it 6 times, bear in mind toughness 7,
Yep.
and then beat its armor save, which is 2 plus 5 plus,
Yep.
6 times,
Yep.
which is not easy unless you kit it out for it. And because we were only playing 1,000 points, I had nothing to take it out.
No.
But then as well, you can't just take pot shots at it with anything because it can react. Not being a vehicle, being a
Yeah.
dreadnought, it reacts with its full ballistic skill
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't have a facing.
No, so it can just
So
rotate.
you
anyway.
can't get around behind it. So if you, like I say, even on your turn and you go, right, I'm going to shoot it with your Predator Annihilator,
I will add
4
caveat to
las
this though.
cannons, you can't kill it and it's likely to kill you.
If you're shouting at us because we're wrong, we haven't completely read the rules.
No.
This is just our takeaway from the first game.
Yeah.
Read as much as we can.
But it's small point games. I think
Oh, yeah.
you're going to struggle to kill dreadnoughts with
I think
things that aren't other dreadnoughts.
You need something that's... It's not mega strong, but it's strong. and strips away the armour.
Yeah.
So I don't know if like maybe it's auto cannons are the way to go for anti-dreadnought.
But they're not AP2, are they?
If you roll a 6 on the wound or
Yeah.
hit or something.
But like I say, you just get shot back. So
you
if
get shot back. Or is that because mine were las cannon ones? Because like it's hard to outrange a las cannon.
What else would you put on the content of Dreadnought?
Depends what you're fighting against.
Or you would either go fists for anti-infantry close
Yeah.
combat. You would go assault cannons for anti-infantry
Right.
range.
So let's say you had the carries assault cannons.
Yeah. Well, a
Then-
vehicle could shoot that then.
A vehicle could shoot that,
Yeah.
but your infantry aren't going to risk it if you have a heavy weapon squad.
No.
Unless it's out of range,
Hmm.
because that's just suicide, isn't it?
Yeah.
If a Dreadnought's got multi-melters, the vehicle's not going to shoot at it.
Well, that depends if it's over 24 inches then.
Yeah. So it's like range. So really, you need to outrange it.
Yeah. And the fact that mine had quad las cannons meant you weren't
And
going to outrange it.
No, and the other thing to point out as well, because it's not a vehicle, is it's going to overwatch,
Yeah.
react as well. You can't get behind it
I'm
to
not sure
charge.
plasma's the way to go.
Plasma doesn't beat its armor.
Well, it's 4 plus. Is it rend? Is that
Oh
what
yeah, breaching, I think.
breaching?
Yeah.
So it's going to wound on a 4 because it's the same. It's strength
Yeah,
7,
it wounds-
toughness 7.
Yeah.
So it wounds on a 4. So every wound is going to go through its armor.
Yeah. So maybe
it's
the
breaching 4.
plasma guns,
Yeah, plasma.
not the plasma cannons.
rapid
because
fire
the-
plasma
Yeah,
guns.
because the blast will only do one wound if it hits it.
Yeah.
Whereas the plasma guns, you're getting a lot of shots.
Mhm.
So maybe it's like or melters. So if you have like tactical support with plasma or melter,
Yeah.
and you jump them out, you're going to lose some in return fire.
Mhm.
But then they've got a good chance of doing it.
Yeah.
I think the plasma's probably better because the melter rule won't work against them either.
Because it's not a vehicle.
Because it's not a vehicle.
It's got to do 1 wound.
Yeah. And then obviously as well, grav weapons.
Yeah, grav weapons.
Grav weapons will wound on a 2.
Mhm.
But I don't know who gets them. Is it just Iron Hands can take them en masse?
Not sure.
I know Iron Hands can swap flamers for grav guns.
Yeah.
And I've never really seen any.
I haven't read enough yet.
Yeah, I haven't read enough, but I've never really seen. I don't think normal. Any other legion can take a full squad of grav guns
Hmm.
as a support squad.
Yeah.
And like
Yeah.
I say, if you have grav on any other vehicle, you have to do it 6 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's the return fire from the dreadnought going to do?
Mhm. So then,
So let's make this a bit worse. Now
can you pin a dreadnought?
with pinning? I would actually.
So do you pin it with say heavy bolters or something or whatever has pinning? To pin it
Iron
and
Warrior
then
shrapnel bolters. I don't know.
so once it's pinned, you shoot it with the anti-tank weaponry.
You
or
would have to
whatever.
have a weapon that does pinning. Frag missiles do pinning.
Same range as las cannons though.
Yeah.
But you could shoot with frag missiles if they can pin a dreadnought.
Yeah.
You could shoot it with frag missiles to pin it, and then it can't react.
Yeah. And then it's only snap shooting back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a better way to do it.
Maybe
Use
we
the
have to
missile
be more
launchers.
tactical about this.
Yeah.
Do things like that.
Yeah. So let's look at the Iron Hands dreadnought. Everything shooting an Iron Hands dreadnought's -1 strength.
Yeah.
So now your plasma guns are only wounding on 5s.
Hmm. Well, las cannons down to 3s. Or were they on 3s anyway? I'd have to check the chart.
It would be last cannons are strength 9. On a contender would be 7. So that would be a 2. That would go down to a 3.
Yeah.
Now an Iron Hands Leviathan.
Which we know one exists.
Yeah, because
Yes.
Brian's got
'Cause
one.
Brian's got one.
Yeah, so that's toughness 8 and you're -1 strength.
So las cannons on a 4.
Yeah.
Like the go-to anti-tank is on a 4.
Yeah. It's just absolutely insane. How do you kill an Iron Hands Leviathan?
I think
Close combat.
that's what I'm thinking.
Close
If it's
combat
armed
dreads.
with ranged weaponry,
Yeah.
you go in close
You
combat
close
with
combat.
it. He is tied up.
That's
If you can make your charge.
that's
Because-
why I quite like the idea of what I'm going to order.
Mhm.
The Bloody Angels specific contemporary journal. I can't pronounce its name, and I'm not even going to try.
Yeah.
It's the Bloody Angel contemporary journal where basically it's got blood talons and a jetpack.
So
But the thing is though, you
It can
charge,
overwatch.
it can overwatch.
So you need to multi-charge it with a throwaway unit.
Yeah.
To either
Yeah.
eat up the Overwatch or make base contact.
Yeah.
So it can't then
Yeah.
do it. Yeah.
So yeah, basically, to take out dreads now, you're gonna have to build either a dreadnought killing
The
heavy
thing
weapon
is,
squad, or
a dreadnought with anti-dreadnought weapons.
yeah,
It's going to get overwatched
yeah,
by the dreadnought.
exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is though,
Clash of the Titans.
it's if you've got, say for instance, a heavy weapon squad
yeah.
with we've just mentioned missile launchers there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I happen to have that.
Yeah.
So is it? You can bait it if you fire it with that,
Mm-hmm.
and that might pin it if it does do pinning.
Yeah, fire some frag to pin it.
Yeah.
If you can
Yeah.
pin a
If
dreadnought.
you can pin a dreadnought,
Yeah.
and then
Then
charge it with.
Yeah, because then it can't react.
Yeah.
So that really makes missile launchers way more viable.
Yeah, so I had this thought previously. Las cannons or missile launchers. Missile launchers are more versatile, but then I thought, when am I ever actually going to fire frag?
Now, lots of times,
Yeah.
if it's
It's
right.
like, if you, like the las cannon is better than crack in
Yeah.
every way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So why take a missile launcher?
Yeah.
But if a frag can pin, that's
Yeah.
why.
I think the other thing to note as well though is that if strength 4 can't hurt an iron hands dreadnought.
Does that mean it can't pin it as well?
I have no idea. I just know.
We'll have to read the pinning rules and be sure.
I just know it can't hurt it because the -1 strength puts it to strength 3,
Mm-hmm.
which means that if you're fighting against iron hands, your normal marines aren't doing out to their dreadnoughts. Whereas
You know
against
what-
anyone else, you've still got a chance.
You
to
know
do
what
it.
you could use a throwaway unit?
What's that? A Spartan.
Your dread? Yeah. your Terminators?
Oh yeah, yeah.
They're not really throwaway though, because they're like
They're expensive.
350 points,
I know.
and the dreadnought you're charging's like 200 at the most.
Well, it's about 250 for them las cannon ones.
But you know what we see against the bigger one, the Leviathan.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, it's really the way this game is from the little foray we've had into it. Dreads are the new meta. They're the new hard thing to kill.
Well, from what we've seen, it looks
Yeah,
like
I
it,
mean
yeah.
the land speeder got harder to kill
Although-
as well though, because that went to an infantry style profile,
Oh yeah, yeah,
and that lasted longer
yeah.
than it would have done.
Because
previously.
it's got an armor save now.
Yeah,
It's,
got-
it's
I'm not
it's,
just fishing for sixes or bolters.
it's
Yeah.
not. It's more so the damage that dreads can put out now
yeah,
with not having with them not being a vehicle.
yeah. You can move. You
I'm
can shoot.
wondering,
You can shoot behind you if you
Yeah.
want.
does a Leviathan have a lower initiative than a Contemptor?
No idea.
Because if it does, then you use close combat Contemptors to take out Leviathans.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of them things. But I think we're going to see a lot of dreadnoughts.
Oh yeah, a lot of. I
Especially-
think if you've got any power gamers, they might gravitate towards Iron Hands.
Yeah, I mean they're not. I wouldn't say they were the best that I've seen from reading it. I think they're kind of tied up there with Iron Warriors because they get +1 strength to wound a dreadnought in a vehicle,
Yeah, yeah.
which helps in this situation.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
Death Guard are not bad.
Well, that's it. You two
Oh,
don't need to
yeah.
worry.
Hang
You're
on.
a loyalist.
hang on. I've just had an
Oh, yeah.
epiphany. Now that dreadnoughts are not vehicles,
Yeah,
do I get my +1 to wound on a charge with me dreadnoughts?
you probably do.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be good for them.
some Blood Angel close combat dreadnoughts for killing other dreadnoughts.
Yeah.
With a jetpack. With a one-use jetpack.
Yeah,
But you got the same old issue.
which
That
is,
if your dreadnought charges my draw, it's getting overwatched as well. So
yeah.
you might lose some wounds to the last cannons hitting them
Yeah.
before
Although
close combat.
it's not going to kill it.
No, that's
'Cause
true.
it doesn't do enough wounds to take.
Yeah.
At the most, it can do 4.
4, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's only if I lose me 2 plus saves.
Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I think it's you need dreads to fight dreads.
Yeah.
It's
looks
the
that
big
way.
takeaway. So what happened in this game? Yeah, so I lost all my jet bikes.
A lot of reading, a lot of going through books.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time going through books. So I lost all my jet bikes to one of your dreads.
Yeah.
Charged him with the Praetor, and then that combat lasted
A few turns.
4 turns.
Was
of
it
the
4
game.
turns?
lasted about 4 turns.
Mm.
My Praetor against your Centurion,
Mm-hmm.
and then my Tactical Marines left and then came back,
So
and your veterans were in there.
my Centurion was in cataphractic armor,
Yes.
and he was in a squad of power armored veterans.
Uh-huh.
So the problem is the cataphractic means you can't sweep in advance. Like the whole unit can't because it's got that one man with cataphractic. I might have been able to wipe out his squad chasing them, but I couldn't even get the chance. So I'm not convinced on mixing armor types.
I wouldn't bother, to be honest. But I think the assault rules were a bit confusing the way they were worded, weren't they? Like,
Everything's worded weirdly in
it
this
was
new
like
book.
the rules aren't really that different from version 1. But we're reading through them to check,
Yeah.
and just the wording.
They're hard to read.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And I know why they do it.
Do you?
Because obviously,
Why?
yeah, because of what they've had to do with 40k with the competitive scene and write it so that it would hold up in a court of law. And it's pretty irritating. I find I prefer it just to like say what it means, and then everyone just knows. Right, this is common sense.
But you have got the idiot to go, well, actually, it says this, would that mean? Oh, shut up, man, it doesn't mean, you know what it means, and it doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
So
So we had that fight going on. I eventually killed your leader. I had my land speeder with twin Volkites was chipping away at your tactical squad defending the objective.
Veteran squad.
And then my 2 tactical squads, who were defending, basically did nothing for the whole game.
Yeah.
So
the veteran squads were good.
yeah, I think having the 2 wounds was massive, really.
Yeah, the 2 wounds, and I could have done some kind of gamey stuff with Chosen Warriors as well.
Yeah.
That made them really good.
yeah, because we were just
But I kinda just-
Chosen Warriors.
Where everyone in the squad can offer and refuse.
Basically,
offer challenges.
Every
Dude in the squad's a sergeant, basically.
Basically, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every guy's a named character, which I think is quite cool. It's like, hang on a minute.
I think all armies can take veteran squads.
Oh yeah.
And I think a lot of the
Special squad.
I've just realised
The
because
suzerains.
the suzerain do this, but actually because they're all characters, you don't need to kill one before taking off the next. Every man can suffer 1 wound.
Alright, so they're not characters.
Ah, right.
They can issue challenges and accept challenges.
Ah, right. Okay.
Ah, right.
So the suzerain, you have to wound every one of them once
Yeah.
before you start killing them. Yeah, because they're all independent characters.
Oh. That's pretty good.
They've got their axe is AP too, although it doesn't get a strength bonus. It has no downside either, which is apparently it's a nerf. But yeah, I think I need a squad of them. So I think one thing to notice as well with this new version is your transport options are a lot more limited.
Like your dedicated transport stuff. Like
Yeah,
your suzerain, the only option is probably a Land Raider, is it?
Land Raider Proteus.
So you can't even get. Well, you mean you could take a Spartan because that's heavy
No,
support.
you'd have to take if you wanted other stuff. You need to use up slots. But
Yeah,
you couldn't put them in a Rhino.
Well, they're
stuff
bulky
like
anyway,
that.
aren't they?
Suzerain.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. If Shield gives bulky, then yeah.
I think so. So you probably only get 5 in a Rhino. But you can't. The only way to get a Rhino is dedicated
squad.
transport.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
So
to
you
take
can't. You can't get it.
it. Yeah. So it's just there's a lot more to this.
Oh yeah.
Like if you're used to doing 40k and building your armies, there's a lot more to heresy.
So, like to compare, like I think the major difference between the Horus Heresy and 40k. In 40k, everything can hurt everything.
Yeah.
You might need a bit of luck.
Yeah.
But everything can hurt everything.
And this is really calm. From watching you today, it's like, nah.
You need that special weapon for that job.
Yeah. Oh, should we also mention what you have to have as your basics for a battle now?
So it's 2 troops.
Yeah.
And an HQ.
Yeah.
And I used the right of war, which let the veterans be troops.
In fact, actually, you aren't supposed to have a right of war.
Don't know, but I said I'm
'Cause
going to have to.
No,
do you
no, but
remember?
you have to have a Praetor or a Delegatus
Oh, dear.
to have a right of war.
Oh. Well, we'll next time. Because Praetors are just better.
Yeah.
Yeah, we found out the day.
Not loads better though.
I don't think the one initiative higher,
Yeah.
that's huge.
No, no, they were the same, weren't they?
No, one higher.
I
I'm
thought
sure
they were
yours was
both-
one higher.
Yeah.
I think they were both 5.
No,
weren't
because
they?
you were attacking before me.
No, I was rolling my dice before you. But it
I
was
should have had
simultaneous.
attacks at the end. I need to roll these
It
now.
was simultaneous. I'm sure you did roll them.
No, I said, I don't get
It
them
was
now.
a
'cause
weapon
he's dead.
skill higher.
Yeah, the weapon skill made a lot. We'll
Yeah.
check the initiative.
I mean,
again.
weapon skill makes a lot more of a difference now as well.
Yeah.
Like the difference in weapon skill.
Mhm.
Like actually, like in 40k, it's nice having you hit on a 3 or you hit on a 2. But actually, when you're going up against somebody who's a better fighter and having that make a difference.
Yeah.
So I think higher weapon, like assault squads with weapon skill 5s.
Like
Like-
my veterans. Oh, made a mistake. Their weapon skill 5, not 4.
Yeah. Oh, so you,
I should have been hitting on 5s, not 6s. Anyway, imagine my veterans are a tactical squad.
yeah,
You need a 6 to hit the Praetor.
yeah, yeah. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, it does.
Primarchs, when people start
Primarchs
using
are gonna be
Primarchs,
monsters.
you're just not going to be able to touch them with normal troops.
And they choose where the damage goes as well.
Yeah,
Like, you don't get to choose. The Primarch chooses.
yeah.
It's just
I'm
crazy.
killing that.
You're just not going to be like a lot of them are like weapon skill 7s and 8s.
Yeah.
Where's the book?
You're just not going to be able to do anything to them.
Yeah, they're pretty nasty. A lot of points, though.
So I eventually killed your warlord.
Yeah, which meant you won 1-0.
Yeah, because we didn't get to the objectives.
No.
I think your dreadnoughts wiped out my advancing squad, and the land speeder couldn't take it and was struggling to go through the 2 wound troops anyway.
It was, yeah.
I think two wounds is also a massive.
Yeah.
With most weapons, like only doing 1 wound, 2 wounds is a big deal.
Sanguinius is weapon skill 8.
Yeah,
Wow. What's his toughness?
6.
Oh, he's quite tough.
yeah, 6 wounds, leadership 2, save 2. I mean,
Leadership 2.
Leadership 10.
yeah, yeah, they're pretty much.
Oh, that's something else to mention. The drop in leadership on Marines.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, weapon skill. Strength of the weapons. His spear is strength 10.
yeah,
So that doesn't insta-kill a dreadnought.
nope.
Nope.
He only has 6 attacks.
In fact, a dreadnought close combat weapon might insta-kill him. If his toughness,
6.
6.
it
don't-
might be strength
I
12.
don't know.
I'm not sure. We'll have to check.
Dreadnoughts can be insta killed.
I'm thinking like destroyer weapons might be up there. Anyway,
Oh, hang on.
Yep.
No, it doesn't matter.
So Primarchs are really good.
But he does have a 2-up save and a 4-up invuln.
Yeah,
oh, that's good.
yeah. Well, same as a Praetor.
And he can re-roll them.
Oh well.
I think the Primarch thing is going to be you're not going to be able to turn up to a small points game and not tell your opponent you're bringing one.
Well, you
However,
can't
he
anyway,
is 485 points.
because it's minimum 2,000 points for Primarch.
No,
Yeah.
it's 1,500, I think.
But
Oh.
that's still a fairly small game for heresy.
Oh, it
If
is, yeah.
3k is average.
Yeah.
So if you're turning up with a Primarch and not telling your opponent you're doing it,
You got 2 scores of tacticals and Horus Ascended.
it's just going to be very one-sided. I think. Like if you do that,
I don't know. My last can's probably would have took him out.
you'd be surprised.
Or he would have been in the squad, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think he would still struggle, especially like say if you have a Primarch in a Spartan with a Terminator bodyguard.
Ooh. Well, there's a unit idea.
It's
Oh,
just,
where's this
I think you really should be doing like 3,000 points
Mm-hmm.
if you're doing that. Like I say, or if you're going to do it without saying so.
Mm-hmm. So I'd say the takeaways from this game: dreadnoughts are tough.
Dreadnoughts are really tough. Like I say, in the whole game I managed to do 2 wounds.
Use specialised weapons on the targets they're needed for.
Yeah.
I can't find where the doodah is.
Yeah, so I think a lot of the big point is you can't just do pot shots.
No, because
you'll get shot back.
yeah,
Like say I've got a rhino with a combi bolter. I wasn't going to shoot at
Right.
anything with a heavy weapon.
So no, you're
I'll
right.
get shot back.
2,000 points is the minimum size for your Lord of War,
Yeah,
yeah.
and the maximum Lord of War can only be 500 points.
So
which
you
is
could get
all.
sanguineers.
You can get.
I think nearly all Primarchs fit under that.
Yeah, I haven't looked. I literally just looked at mine.
Yeah, they're all somewhere between 400 and 500,
Yeah,
as far as I know.
Yeah.
and at 350 points. Sorry, 3,500 points. You can have 875 points of Lord of War.
All right. Cool.
Well,
Massive.
Lord of War stroke Primarch value.
Well,
Anyway,
there we are.
So we're just off on another random tangent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so it obviously felt completely different to 40k.
Yeah. It did.
Just the whole reaction system, the things not killing each other. I think it feels more like a war game again.
yeah, it was enjoyable to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
because normally when you watch, because obviously we've been playing quite a lot of, not you, but we've been playing quite a lot of 40k at the club recently, and it's been a lot of, oh well, I've lost half my army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I played against Jamie the other week, he run his orcs.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, got of the 10 rocket launcher orc guys
Oh yeah.
in the back of the truck, and
Mhm.
they jumped out and splattered
Rocket
me.
launched a lot of stuff.
No, they just took out me impulsor
Oh.
before I even got a chance to fire.
Yeah.
So that I quickly disembarked me hellblasters out of that rapidly.
Mhm.
But they never got a chance to fire. I was like, that's the first time I've had that happen to me before.
Mm.
So it was,
Yeah, it's just
I suppose one other thing to mention is I had 2 contemptors with
so
the
quad
quad las,
lasers, yeah.
and you chose to go knife fighting,
mm.
so it negated my like turn 1.
Yeah, so the
Strike
knife,
ability.
so knife fighting is a scenario rule. So if either player wants to do it,
Yeah.
you roll a dice, and on a 2+ you do it.
Yeah.
You're limited to targeting 24 inches on the first turn, and everyone's at -1 ballistic skill and leadership.
Yeah. There is Wargate to negate this,
Yeah,
Yeah.
which you might want to think about, because I think like the Night Lords can force more knife fighting,
yeah,
things like that.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
don't
just,
tell Jewel that, man.
It's got the book.
I just think
Can't
I like how that takes off the alpha strike though.
It
Yeah.
does. Like at turn 1, I just opened up my las cannons and killed your rhinos, and then you've got to walk the entire way down.
It probably it would have been a very stagnant game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it allows you a return of movement without worrying about being
But
shot.
I also think with that, the 2 contactors with the quad las, I don't think any of us knew quite how tough they were going to be.
Oh no, but I didn't. I thought they'd be like, you shoot them with some heavy weapons and they'll fall
Yeah,
over.
one of them,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like a
And
bit,
then,
of, bit of a met unit.
Yeah, I thought they could be a glass cannon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Turned out it was a concrete cannon.
Steel. You name it.
I think the what you want your tanks to be.
Yeah, yeah.
But I definitely enjoyed it. I think I'm not sure running the Praetor on jet bikes great, just because his squad mates die way easy.
But that's
And
only because they got hit with the quad las
I know,
cannons.
but even then, there's still only toughness 4 with the 3+. So anything that kills normal Marines is going to
Yeah.
take them out, and for the amount of points that they cost,
Are they expensive?
really expensive. I think him and his mates were about 300, nearly 400 points.
Yeah.
That's not too bad, to be honest.
It depends what the job is.
Yeah.
It's a lot because, well, their job is to get him into close combat.
And they did that.
They
Yeah,
did that,
they did that.
but they didn't survive
Mm.
to get in there.
To be fair, though, you did get 3 shots off with your your plasma cannon.
Yeah,
Oh, we forgot to mention the plasma cannon shot.
yeah,
So, Contemptor Dreadnought opened fire at the squad of jet bikes.
yeah.
Yes.
Killed all 3.
But he returned fire.
Yeah,
The plasma cannon missed, but because it's a blast, it scatters,
yeah.
and landed on my veteran squad.
Yeah.
It was perfectly on the wrong unit.
Yeah. I do
Yeah.
like the plasma cannon. I think a squad of guys with plasma cannons would just be fun.
It would take a
No,
long time.
no, that's what I thought. Rolling that for every blast.
Yeah, it's
Same with
just
the frag missiles.
yeah, it's just the
Although they're all going to target the same point, the same best point, aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah.
So you just move them out from the centre.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But still,
Yeah,
be fun though. Now the way scatter works now is it's the direction. Roll 2d6 minus your weapon skill. No, your ballistic skill.
Yeah.
And that's where it goes to.
Unless you roll an actual hit.
Unless you roll an actual hit.
And then it's a hit.
But yeah, that was quite funny. Because the first shot you got off was a hit, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there we go.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts?
No, I think like I said, I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing again on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Unfortunately I'm at work. You'll have to let us know how it goes.
I'll have to upgrade my dude to a Praetor to actually make it a legal list.
Yeah.
And maybe downgrade your...
It's the models I've got though.
I know.
It's not like I own a 3D printer or anything.
No, you don't, obviously. Just the one.
Yeah.
Right, so I don't think we've got anything else to talk about, have we?
No, I'm okay.
So
No.
like I said, we went through the box, we went through our first games.
Yeah.
Anything-
Hobby progress, yeah, we've all done quite a bit.
Yeah, hobby
So-
progress is getting there, getting stuff ready for gaming.
I have just getting off Stuart 62
I don't know. Some
62 Bloody Angel specific right shoulder pads for me,
Yeah.
me 40 Marines.
Yeah. So
So they'll be
if
going
you're
on tomorrow.
listening on a podcast app or Spotify and you want to leave comments, you can go. This will also be on YouTube.
yeah.
The opposite way around, if you're listening on YouTube and you don't want the adverts and all that stuff,
We want to listen whilst driving.
yeah, you can listen on a podcast app or Spotify. But like I say, comments, questions. If you have any questions, we like to have a listeners' questions segment. So if you want to ask any questions in the YouTube comments, we'll answer
Anything
next-
you want.
on our we answer on our next episode. Anything else?
No, that's
That's
all
it.
for me.
That's
Okay,
it,
right. Thanks for listening,
Cheers, guys.
and see you next time.
See ya.
Right.